The unhappiest people are those who constantly think about their mistakes and who constantly relive them. This video is for those of you who feel like they have done something wrong and beat yourself about it. But making mistakes is actually very important for our lives, and I will tell you why. Hello friends and welcome to my channel. This week I have been thinking a lot about my own life, about my progress and about my mistakes. Because a week ago I decided that I would change a few things, very tiny things in my life, and I completely messed it up. First of all, I wanted to wake up earlier. Because before I went to bed later and later every day. I basically couldn't get myself to go to bed. And it was also because during the night I can concentrate on my work better than during the day. I know that this habit of waking up at noon every day makes me feel like an outcast, because other people are already halfway through their day while I wake up. So I actually woke up earlier 3 days out of 7. Well, at least that was a bit of progress, unlike the next point. Secondly, I wanted to tidy up the bedroom. Well, I didn't, because there was always something more important than tidying up. My work, training, eating, watching Netflix.
Do you want to fall in love?
So that was a total disaster. Thirdly, I wanted to cut out sugar and sugary drinks, and I failed completely. Well, some days I ate fruits to satisfy my cravings, and I drank soda water instead of soda. But for example, this one day I bought 4 pieces of cake for me and for my husband, and I ate them all in 30 minutes. And then I was surprised why I had not lost any weight. Which is like, sometimes I'm so delusional with this, honestly. Fourthly, I wanted to visualize myself doing all these things, so it would help me to do them when the time comes. I know this technique helps me to kind of get myself back on track and to motivate myself and to get ready, because when I visualize myself doing something, my brain actually thinks that I have done that it's a memory, so I get much better with doing those things I have problem with actually. But then out of 7 days I had only 2 visual sessions, which is also like really bad. Maybe next time I should visualize myself that I visualize so I can actually stay on track with this, because otherwise it's not possible for me. No, it's possible, and this is like the main point. Like, this is the first part of me actually getting ready for other things, and I failed that too. So think about how dissatisfied I was, and I'm honestly. So all of this made me feel really miserable. How can I be so undisciplined? How, like, even these small tiny tasks, how I'm not able to do them, you know? And I really started to spiraling into some kind of depression where I felt like I'm not gonna achieve anything with this attitude. But after a few days I realized that even though I really messed up, I could still get better, and there's still hope. And that basically my processes are all wrong, and that's why I messed up. So I started thinking constructively about the things which went wrong and why did that happen. Not just in terms of I'm not disciplined enough, I don't have enough willpower. And I also decided to think about it in that way. Even though these days I messed up a lot, there still were some days where I did pretty well. 3 days I woke up early, some days I ate a lot of veggies and fruits, and also I had those 2 visualization sessions. As you probably already know, on the internet we see so many people, they are doing so great. They are without mistakes, but basically they are perfect. They work out, they eat well, and at the same time, somehow, they still have really great social life, they still go to parties, and then the next day they go on a hike. I really don't know how they do that. The thing is that they don't usually film themselves when they messed up, when they feel down, when they are depressed. And that's why we compare ourselves to them, because we think that there is something wrong with us when we feel kind of down and low and blue. that makes us feel that they have everything figured out while we don't, which is actually not true. We as human beings make mistakes, and I think it's inevitable. So I'm trying not to dwell on those mistakes too much and trying to get positive and take something from it, from what just happened. And then I'm also trying to be prepared to do them again and again and again, because I know that that will inevitably happen. But at the same time, I know that from psycho-cybernetics, when you dwell on your mistakes too much, when you focus on your mistakes, that's actually where you go, because that becomes your goal. When you think about something too much, it's where your unconscious mind takes you. And that's what I try to think about, more about things which I want to achieve and not think too much about my mistakes. Just take it as a direction switch. The thing which matters is not that we made mistakes, but the thing that we actually go somewhere and we improve a bit, tiny bit, every time. So I think that the last week I can actually think about that as a really big success, because I really woke up earlier 3 days, and that's the most important thing. So give yourself a second, third, even a millionth chance, because you're worth it. And realize that your mistakes don't define you. In the book Psycho-Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz says that it's our conscious mind that victimizes us, not our unconscious mind. So we kind of should take care of the conscious mind, and the unconscious mind will follow, because it only reacts to our conscious mind. This is a really interesting thing. You can let me know if you agree with this in the comments. I'm not sure if it works, but I feel that it works for me. That when I stop focusing on something, my unconscious mind actually stops. I feel that very often our mistakes are actually not mistakes, and they can lead us to somewhere where we can find out what we don't want or how we don't want to behave. And sometimes there is also a part where we actually made a really bad mistake and we feel really bad about it, because we know it's honestly like the really wrong thing what happened. And in that case, we should learn how to forgive ourselves. If you made a mistake, it's a stepping stone towards something. Even the most successful people say that they are thankful for their mistakes, because otherwise they wouldn't be successful. And without them, you wouldn't have the knowledge and the experience you have today. If you like this video, you would probably like this one too, where I talk about how to feel better when you have a bad day. So stay sexy and bye!